Hey, what's up, guys? It's the episode of the Post Pro podcast. We are back after a week's hiatus again, and we're going to talk about movie news. I haven't looked at all, although I did see this morning that apparently Mads Mikkelson has been cast as the villain for Indiana Jones 5. So,
technically, I don't think it's been specified at all.
Yeah,
but, I mean, people are just assuming because it's the villain, because he's always the villain.
He's always the villain, but like, imagine if he's not. That's something I think about. But knowing him, he's probably going to be a villain, and hopefully he's better than what he was in that really awful movie me and Collin saw. I already forgot its name. Chaos Walking. Yeah. It's already. Yep, it's already leaving my memory because I forgot what the fuck it was already called. So.
But other than that, I just haven't looked at any movie news. So
it's the only thing I saw.
Unless anyone has any movie news, we can skip over movie news.
I did see that ArcLight Hollywood is closing, which is pretty sad.
I did see that as well, yeah.
And the Cinerama, and I was like, damn, that kind of sucks. There's also a new Borat thing coming out.
Like.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's called Borat Supplemental Recordings. I think it's just extra like stuff that they didn't end up putting in the movie that they're gonna compile into like a small like short or something.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much stuff that they were like, this is either too crazy to put in the movie, so they're just like putting it in like a little like short thing and putting it on Amazon Prime in like this week or something.
Okay. Yeah, probably like deleted scenes, little compilation.
Yeah.
And
then we had the Fast 9 trailer, which I have not watched yet, but you know that came out, and
I have to wait.
The only thing I saw was I was on Twitter scrolling through because it was trending, and I saw like this ridiculous like Vin Diesel green screen roll, and people were memeing on it because it was just so fucking hilarious. Like I can't explain it because I haven't like seen the trailer, but he like did this like roll off a cliff or something. It was ridiculous, and then. Everyone on Twitter was like, "Can the family beat Thanos?"
Oh yeah,
and everyone's like, "Oh yeah." They're like, "Does Thanos have a fucking 200 horsepower car?" I don't think so. So, there's just been a lot of interesting like actor talks lately. Like, there was like a big Lebowski reunion on the Today Show.
Heard about that
today, and then there was a talk with Joaquin Phoenix and Riz Ahmed. Which was interesting.
Like actors on actors.
Yeah, but it was like through a Zoom call like this, so it was kind of funny.
Nice.
But and then a review embargo came out for Mortal Kombat, and it's not looking good. So rest in peace, Mortal Kombat.
I'm very excited to see it.
I'm still excited to see it. I can't wait. If it's just all these critics like this movie, it's just got just so many problems with it. I don't give a fuck if it just delivers me some good action and it pays homage to the games. If it does I'm gonna give it like a 5 out of 5.
One of the guys I follow on Letterboxd already like saw it and he gave it 4 stars, I think.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's just critics shitting on it and they just don't understand like the game. So I'm just hoping it's good. Okay, that's all.
I shall see.
But nothing really. We had an Army of the Dead trailer for Mr. Zack Snyder's. The Zack Snyder saga will never end. He's just here to stay. And I'm gonna be honest, it looks fucking just absolutely bonkers. I don't know if anyone has seen the trailer. Basically, I guess Las Vegas has been overrun by zombies because this is like either a prequel or a sequel to Dawn of the Dead. So Las Vegas is completely overrun by zombies, and it's kind of a little joke like, haha, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So all the zombies are still there. And Mr. Dave Bautista's got to go in, and he's got to get a lot of money, and he's going to go in and with a team and kill the zombies. And there's an elite type of zombie that are like very smart.
Oh, is it like the Zombieland 2 advanced zombies?
Yeah.
No, they control the hordes and shit, and they they look like sirens or something. It looks very interesting.
Wait, what were the advanced zombies in Zombieland 2? I don't remember now.
Zombieland 2.
Zombieland 2 is like a blur. I don't fucking remember it.
Yeah.
It was just a kind of fun cash grab.
So anyway, Zack Snyder, Pog.
All right. Well, let's talk about what we watched. Thomas, how about you
I
start?
always go first.
Do you not want to?
No, it's fine.
You can go first.
Okay,
Okay.
What did we talk about? Furious 7. Furious 7 would be this week, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't rated it, but hey, pretty good. They said family 7 times. Holy fucking shit! These movies are so self-aware. They're batshit fucking crazy, and the amount of moments where it just like was laughable was just exponentially larger than like 6 or 5. Like the the juice, the Vin Diesel like slamming on the fucking ground, like
when he and Jason Statham drove in.
oh my god,
Dude, that was awesome.
Oh my god,
I legitimately thought at that first time that they were just gonna like someone was gonna swerve off.
Yeah.
No, they just committed. They just were like, oh fuck it, let's just.
I still can't believe the one rule about street fights: the street always wins. Oh my fucking god! It was the
Vin Diesel's one-liners are getting absolutely ridiculous. Like, I wouldn't be surprised next movie if he says something like "family is forever."
I feel like he's already said that.
Yeah.
If he hasn't already said that, he's gonna end up saying something along those lines again, like, one thing about street fights, you don't have the family.
Doesn't make sense.
No.
Anyway,
Sebastian, you should go submit your script for Fast 10.
Yeah, so I have a whole plot for it. So basically, the intergalactical space aliens, they come down and they start attacking Earth. And this Earth doesn't have any superheroes, but they have the family. And so the family is contacted by Mr. Nobody, and he comes back. And he's like, hey, there's these aliens, and we need help because our military can't take them out. So then Vin Diesel supercharges his Charger to 1,000 horsepower, and it's able to fly through space and time, and it's basically a time machine. So basically, Vin Diesel is just like ripping through aliens with his cars. Letty dies again. Han
like
returns.
McLarens.
Wait, yeah. So this is where they could pull an end game, and we go back in time to save Han from his death and save Letty from not losing her memory.
And then Brian comes back.
Cut.
But you don't see him. You just see his car.
So you just see the blue GTR pull up, and you're just like, it's Brian.
You just hear, what up, cuz?
Dude, Bama Boy comes back. He's a crucial plot development. Yeah, so that's my Fast 10 script.
All right, yeah, these movies are something else.
Like, we're getting to that point.
That I did honestly almost like shed a single tear during the fucking like
Paul Walker montage.
Yeah. Oh my god, those actually I was like legitimately super fucking sad. Like, damn.
I'm pretty sure they were. I'm pretty sure Vin Diesel and Paul Walker were actually really good friends too. I mean, I would assume so. But like the shit that he's been saying recently, like I sent it in the chat yesterday. I'm like, dude, Vin Diesel, what are you talking about, man? Like he's like, I saw his spirit and he told me to make this movie. It's like
the Dom Shrine.
Yeah, the Dom Shrine. I want to know what the fuck that's about. That's a movie news I should have mentioned. The Dom Shrine.
Yeah, you're right,
dude. What is that? So he has like a fucking room full of like fast merchandise, and he just sits in there and meditates. Like, what does he do?
It's how he gets in character, dude.
No, I'm serious, dude. I have to know. Like, I gotta look more into that because that's fascinating.
All right, yeah, fun. Speaking of not fun, Independence Day Resurgence, dog shit doo-doo garbage movie that should have never been made. Okay.
Awful. It's fucking awful.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay, go next. God versus Kong.
God versus
Kong. I mean, basically,
it's a better name than Godzilla versus Kong, to be honest. Yeah, unsurprisingly, I liked it. I liked King of Monsters. I like this. Big monsters punch each other. I'm happy. Smiles.
Oh, 5 minutes they punch each other. Ooh.
Okay, it was more than 5. Okay, well, as long as big monsters do things on the big screen, it's like my superhero movies, right? I don't like superhero movies that much, but when I see big monsters punching each other, then I'm happy.
Alrighty.
Congrats.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's like my kryptonite. Then I watched a movie called Bomb City, which was made in 2017. That is based off of a murder in a conservative Texan town. A kind of jock kid. And what happened in real life is that like a jock kid ran over a punk, and then the punk died, and then the jock only like barely got tried. He was found innocent, and it's actually pretty good. I mean, it's a super low budget, didn't make much money movie, but I mean, it goes pretty in depth into like the cultural differences and like actual like the punk subculture and all that, and how they're kind of treated by late 90s, early 2000s America, especially in the conservative Texan town that they were in. It's actually pretty good. Free on Amazon Prime. I recommend it, especially if you like Sebastian and I were like into the concert scene. It's a good watch. And I saw Wall Street. I honestly already forgot the name of it.
Well, let me speed run mine because I had a very sad couple weeks, I guess. I really didn't watch much. I've shockingly kind of flipped. Like I've been like watching more TV shows for some reason. I don't know why, because I usually watch movies and shit, but like there's so many like TV shows out right now that like I'm like genuinely interested in, like Falcon Winter Soldier. Won't say anything, but last episode, episode 4, was kind of a bombshell for Marvel, and I said this about WandaVision, but it's true here. Marvel is going into some very different territories. I think that's what they're trying to do with these television shows. They're kind of exploring different like aspects of the MCU and shit. And episode 4 of Falcon Winter Soldier was shocking, to say the least. It was just kind of like, holy fuck, like they really are going there. So that was just nice to see Marvel take a different route when it comes to hero perception and shit. So yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. And if it keeps up, there's only 2 more episodes. If the next 2 episodes are anything like the last episode, this show is going to be fucking great. I watched Godzilla vs. Kong. I thought it was fucking doo-doo stinky shit. And I watched it in IMAX. Dude, the MonsterVerse started off just so well with Godzilla, Gareth Edwards' vision. If they had just kept to that vision and that tone, it actually could have been an incredible like film run, honestly. Like if they had kept that for Kong, if they had kept that for like just the tone that Gareth Edwards had was just unparalleled, and they really had something I think genuinely special and interesting there. And then very quickly, every interest and intrigue I had coming out of that movie just fell, because with Godzilla 2014, it was like kind of like Cloverfield in a way, because it was like the less they showed Godzilla, the better, because it was more about the humans, and then everyone bitched about how the human characters there was too much of that, and then they gave us annoying, unlikable human characters every movie after. So it's just kind of a shame, because that's exactly what happened in Godzilla versus Kong. We have Millie Bobby Brown just there doing nothing the entire movie.
Yeah.
And then you have black guy who just hacks into things and runs a podcast like Alex Jones, and he's like a Godzilla conspiracy theorist. And then
Deadpool 2 kid.
Yeah, and then Deadpool 2 kid, which was unbearable and actually one of the worst things I've seen in a movie in a long time, and I'm serious.
So he's not as bad as he was in Deadpool 2.
That whole plot line sucked, right? I mean,
the whole plot line was awful,
the
and
whole
plot
parts of
sucks.
the movie are bad. Okay, I still agree with that even.
And then the annoying annoying lady that was the daughter of the guy that made Mecha Godzilla. Oh, spoiler alert, guys!
Oh yeah. Rich girl, annoying rich girl.
Thank God when she died, I was like, thank God, at least they understood she needed to go. So overall, the fights were cool. Everything else was unbearable. I was falling asleep in the theater with my friend. It was bad. So yeah, that show, or fucking that movie, Invincible on Amazon Prime, very good so far. Episode 5 was wonderful. Again, I really am enjoying that show. I highly recommend watching it. It's a very different superhero show. What else did I watch this week? Past 2 weeks, shall I say? That's it. That's it. That was my incredible week. And then I watched Assault on Wall Street for some reason. But moving on.
Sadly.
Noah, you wanna get started? Then we can break here in a.
Right, sure, yeah, I guess so. Well, we started off the week with Godzilla. Pretty good. Pretty actually like devastating, which I wasn't expecting it to be, especially towards the end. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like just really good human characters, which you don't expect. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're expecting it on some level, but I was like, wow, this is really working, So yeah. Jackie, I don't know. Kind of a big meh for me. I don't really have a lot to say about that, other than I guess I respect it, but I don't really like it.
Yeah.
Twilight Saga Eclipse, which is where things
The
start getting
Twilight
really,
Saga continues.
Yeah.
But you're seeing the masterpiece levels of acting and story going on, right? It's incredible.
This is definitely like the worst one so far by a long
it's
shot.
awful.
Especially in terms of like acting and writing and just like nothing makes any sense. Like,
but
the
it's
other
so
two,
good.
Yeah, it really is. The other two very much like make sense on like basic story levels. I think the second one's main problem is just that it's kind of boring and long. Oh man, but this one.
Is this the one with the fight?
Yeah.
I told you, dude, with the crystals.
Yeah. Oh god. I mean,
it's so good.
And it's one of the few movies I've seen that I'm like, I mean, I guess this is kind of like the target demographic, but it almost plays like a porn parody of it. Like, legitimately every scene is like one line away from being like a porn parody. It's crazy. Man.
It feels like that too. That's what's so great.
Yes,
it's just
100%.
insane. It's insane.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Stephanie Meyer.
Yeah, definitely. Can't Hardly Wait, which is a pretty fun, high school graduation movie, which there are a lot of. Seth Green, incredible. Just an incredible. It's a great actor, man. He should be in more stuff.
I'm so glad that we can agree on that, because Seth Green honestly is iconic, and every movie I've seen him in, he's just wonderful, and he just doesn't get utilized enough in Hollywood, and he's just stuck doing Family Guy.
I mean, I think he's mostly
old dogs.
Fine with doing. Yeah, if you say so. I think he more wants to do Family Guy than like be in Hollywood movies.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm making too much money off Seth MacFarlane. I might as well keep going.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, Millennium Actress, another super emotionally devastating movie, where the ending is pretty much like the exact ending. I guess I could say this about a lot of movies, especially that I watched this week. It's like the exact ending that is coming, but it still hits you really hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
really good.
Yeah. Again, I really don't like. What am I supposed to say? It's a good movie. Yeah. There we go. Bring It On, which is a very weird movie in a lot of regards. And I think honestly, I gave it a 3-star rating at the time. But the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, this is actually probably a lot better than that. So I'm gonna say, you know what? I did actually like it quite a bit. It's just very baffling while you're watching it because it plays sort of unlike a lot of other movies. I mean, it has like a typical 3-act structure. It's just, I don't know. It's like PG or maybe PG-13, but it definitely like explicitly comments on sort of like the sexuality of cheerleading. I don't know. It's a very odd movie, especially because it is like, I guess, basically aimed at teenage girls, but it's like, I don't know. It's just on another level. It's kind of unlike anything I've ever seen.
That reminds me, because you said it might be better than what you gave it, but I saw that you upped your score for Lake Mungo too.
I don't think so. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10 at the time. Or
you gave it a 6 out of 10 when we talked about it.
Maybe I did. I don't know.
He had to sit on it.
I can't really think of any like specific reason. Maybe I was just like 6 out of 10 at the time, but then I was like, well, I don't know. But like I enjoyed it for what it was. So
sure.
8 out of 10. I don't know.
Okay, I was just curious, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I had like one specific reason. The Informant, which is honestly one of the Soderbergh movies that I've been kind of like dreading, just because it seems like it could be so easy to make like just an unfunny version of this, which I guess I honestly see why a lot of people might think that, but I don't know. I feel like Soderbergh is really good at like in capturing. What am I talking about? Capturing like irony and I mean, especially as it pertains to like like Aaron Brockovich, like sort of recent capitalism and stuff like that. Also has a really good use of voiceover, which just sort of like, it's just like a voiceover completely unrelated to what's going on at the screen, just like random facts of Matt Damon. Not like of Matt Damon, you know, Matt Damon is stating random facts about the world.
Right.
And it's sort of
It
like,
was random Matt Damon facts.
yeah, it was. But, you know, it goes to show sort of like how he's, you know, like sort of detached from the world that he's living in and his job specifically. And I think it's a really fun movie, really creative use of voiceover. So yeah. Escape from New York, which I enjoyed a lot less than I thought I was going to, I guess, basically. Although it's still, I don't even know. I mean, it's not bad. Well, is it bad? I don't know. This is one of those things where I'm like, you know, I kind of get John Carpenter criticisms now, which I don't really for most of the rest of his movies. But this one, yeah, definitely, I don't know. I guess stupid is kind of a unfair way to put it, maybe. But that's just kind of like the prominent word that comes to mind.
Yep.
So whatever.
I don't like that movie. I think it's stupid fun.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it certainly is. Although, honestly, like, a lot of John Carpenter's other movies are also slightly less stupid, slightly more fun, still kind of stupid fun. So, I don't know. And a lot of them also have Kurt Russell, so, I don't know. Probably not a movie I'm going to watch again for a while, at least. Maybe not watch again ever. Night and Day, James Mangold, Tom Cruise movie, which I only watched because I realized there are, like, 14-ish Tom Cruise movies that I haven't seen, and most of them are, like, either huge box office hits or from like huge auteurist directors. So I'm like, you know, I could probably finish this pretty easily. So I'm going to.
Are we going to get a Tom Cruise ranked list soon?
Yeah, well, soon is a bit of a stretch, but
well,
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably within the next
Total
year.
is that?
Maybe not. Huh?
How many movies is that?
It's like, if you don't count documentaries, and obviously if you don't count like Top Gun, Mission Impossible 7. Oh, we forgot to talk about Mission Impossible 7 being delayed. One of the worst pieces of news this year. Anyway, it's like 45, maybe 50, somewhere around there. But I've seen like 23 of them at this point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's probably more like 45. Anyway, Night and Day, not very good. I guess it's exactly what you expect from the poster and the title. It's like, you know, oh, haha, Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz. This is like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith situation, basically. Although the setup is obviously different. You know, honestly, a 2.5 is a little harsh because I kind of enjoyed it, but I don't think it really functions.
Did you not log it?
No, I did. Night and Day. Right after Escape to New York.
Night and Day. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have also. Yeah,
Day and
whatever.
night.
Like I was saying, I don't know. I kind of enjoyed it, honestly, but it's definitely too long, and it doesn't really work in the way that the movie wants it to. And it does kind of weirdly nail like a sort of irreverent tone, I guess. I don't really know what else to call it. Maybe like whimsical. A lot of the scoring choice is like, yeah, like whimsical, almost like Looney Tunes-esque, and it sort of works weirdly. I don't know. Again, 2.5, maybe too harsh. But it's still not great. I don't know. Step Brothers. I finally found an Adam McKay movie that I liked, so it's got that going for it, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, not really a lot to say about this one, other than it is very funny, and it's still weirdly, I don't know, I feel like a lot, I mean, I've talked about this before, right, how I don't really like a lot of Will Ferrell movies.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I like this one, so I don't really know.
There you go.
I still don't, yeah. I don't like love Will Ferrell in it specifically. I don't think he's like bad or anything. I just think like pretty much every other performance is something that I glom onto more. Like Catherine Hahn, John C. Reilly, especially Adam Scott. Man.
Yeah, I was going to say Adam Scott
So
is
good.
hilarious in that movie.
Yes, it's like an incredible performance. Like the second he comes on screen, you're like, oh my god, yes. It's great. And then I watched Assault on Wall Street due to a shall we say wardrobe malfunction, I guess, although that's not entirely, appropriate. Whatever you want to call it. Maybe a calendar malfunction.
Calendar malfunction. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Paul Verhoeven movie. Yeah, pretty good. Definitely not a good like introduction to Verhoeven, because it's one of his more like not even serious movies, because all of his movies are like irreverent and like disrespectful, I guess. but it definitely has a lot more. I don't even know. Like subject material where you should tread lightly, I guess. Whatever. But I liked it. I think I probably would not have liked it again if this were like my first Verhoeven movie, because it's very intense and weird, and like it's not really like a Starship Troopers situation where it's signaling you like this is a comedy, like in every frame, like this is a comedy. But it basically is a comedy, I guess. Although it's also like a French movie. You know, French comedy is super weird. Yeah, I don't know. But pretty good, I guess. Ship a Baby, just been on my watch list for a while. And then it was just, you know, released on VOD, so I was like, I'll watch it. And then I enjoyed it. I feel like it was sort of a stressful situation. Oh yeah, because it was like, I was packing and also like doing my laundry like that day, but not like at the moment when I was watching the movie specifically. So I don't know. It was sort of a you know, movie experience compounded by real life. So that was pretty fun.
Am I gonna get this laundry done? Oh no.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean it's more just like another thing to think about, you know. But hey. Yeah, so pretty, and I enjoyed it on its own merits, obviously. And it's really short, which is nice. It's like 77 minutes. Mamma Mia, here we go again. Oh man. Great, like truly incredible cinematic experience. Oh my god.
I can at least agree with you that it is better than the first one.
Yes, it's definitely better than the first, like especially in terms of like actual filmmaking. It's very clear that like everybody involved is more experienced.
Knew what they were doing.
Yeah, not necessarily the actors.
Sure.
I think they're basically at about the same level, which is like, you know, there's a camera at them and they're all good enough that it's going to translate into something. But, you know, what was I going to say? I don't know, man. The Waterloo choreography is incredible. I mean, all of the choreography is pretty great. I don't know. I really enjoyed Waterloo for whatever reason. It might have been the first song, actually. Maybe it was like the third or something. I don't know. It was pretty early on. Yeah, whatever. Okay. See you, Thomas. Tangled, which I guess I just rewatched because I'm doing my Disney thing. Although I might stop kind of soon. I don't know. I don't want to watch like 60 Disney movies. Come on, that's a lot.
Just watch them all back to back to back.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
that sounds
like my DC. See, I had my DC animation thing, and now you have your Disney animation.
Yeah, but I'm going much slower and have mostly been doing like 90s onward. So, you know, at this point I am basically like done with post 90s. Well, I guess that's not true. Most of them I've seen already though, so maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, Tangled, pretty good. I really like it a lot. A Scanner Darkly, another. I guess this was like a surprise animated double feature because I didn't really intend it. But anyway, I don't know, kind of a oh God, what do you call it? Contradiction, I guess. It's not the word I'm looking for, but it's close enough. Yeah, I don't know, Scanner Darkly. It is pretty dark. It also starts out like with it starts out with like a scene of a guy freaking out and there are like bugs everywhere. And he's like in the bathtub trying to watch them. It starts like super intensely, like way more intense. And that's probably like the most intense scene in the movie. So I don't know. That's kind of like a bit of a mood setter. But then I don't know. The rest of it is pretty good. The animation style is super interesting. And also I think it works pretty well, especially for the sort of like uncanny valley, I guess. Although that's not exactly right. You know, sort of like a feeling of unreality that it's trying to go for. So yeah, pretty good. Men in Black 2, not great. Honestly, again, this is not like an awful movie or anything. I just can't think about like one positive thing to say about it other than like I guess
you should watch Men in Black International and then you'll have a different opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, Men in Black 2 does have Frank. I like Frank.
Frank the dog is pretty pog, actually.
Frank the dog. Frank the dog?
Oh yeah, Frank the dog. Yeah, that was forgettable for me. I don't like him at all.
I don't know. That was like a childhood something that stuck out to me when I watched it.
That makes sense.
So, dude, you know, talking dog. Ooh.
Dude, the wind is whistling outside my house. That's the wind.
Cool.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You heard that? That was
I did
Yes.
hear that.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Ghost in your. Oh my god, I can't.
Am I like in Silent Hill or something? What the fuck is going on outside my house right now?
And it's broad daylight, so I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, Midsummer's
I mean,
a
it's just
broad
wind,
daylight.
isn't it? Like,
Okay, well that's just fucking creepy. I'm
Sebastian
gonna-
opens his door and just fucking like Pyramid Head standing there.
Yeah. Anyway, continue on. Sorry, that was just weird as shit.
no,
Still
I
going
mean, that
too.
is weird, I guess. Yeah, no, we can all hear it. Like, believe me.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, again, I don't know. Nothing to really hate about Men in Black 2, just not good, like in any
Yeah.
way, really. And I don't think any of the humor really lands at all. Although again, none of it is like awful. Cure, great. I mean, basically a 7 remake, honestly. I don't know if the director has actually like directly cited 7 as an influence, because I think they were only like a couple of years apart. But I mean, it's like very obvious, like even from just like the beginning, that it's like, yeah, man. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say a lot about it because there are a lot of twists, although I think they're like pretty easy to guess, which I think is also kind of true of 7, honestly.
But they're not like annoying twists where.
Oh no, definitely not.
Okay.
They're like, yeah. I mean, one of the about like the serial killer's like methodology, sort of, which comes fairly later on. It's like honestly one of the best twists I've ever seen. Not in that like the reveal is like amazing or anything. It's just like from a writing standpoint, it's like this is like incredible. Like wow.
Yeah.
Like how would you? Not even how would you think of it, but just like the balls to put that in a movie. Oh man, it's great. And then Variety Lights, the first of 8.5 movies that I'm planning on watching over the next probably year or so or something like that. I don't know. It's fine, honestly. I think it kind of tapers off towards the end. It's like 100 minutes, which feels like a bit of a drag. But it's, I don't know, pretty enjoyable, although nothing that I haven't seen before. And then Bonnie and Clyde, which, oh man, it's just it's great. It's like such an interesting sort of dissection, I guess, on like the American dream, like gender identity and sexuality. It was all in one movie. And again, this is another one of those things where I'm like, sure, there are like maybe a few boring scenes, but I do not like find this movie slow-paced at all. So I don't really.
I found it really
know.
boring.
Maybe I was just sort of like entranced. I also think it's a really like incredibly well lit and lensed movie. So
Looks really nice. Yeah, I'll give you that.
there's a lot of really like it just keeps going back to like close-ups of Beatty and Dunaway, and I'm like, hey man, that's pretty cool. Those are pretty good faces, you know.
Yeah.
And then it really gets tired. And then I mean, as you said, Gene Wilder was pretty good.
Oh yeah, he was the best part of the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair, honestly. I don't know about the best part because I did like a lot of the rest of it, but it's certainly not like I don't know, like you said, like he was the best part of the movie when you talked about it, and then when he showed up, I was like, yeah, I mean, he's pretty good, yeah. But anyway, that's it. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I started off these past couple weeks rewatching The Untouchables for my Brian De Palma class, and it was actually better than I remembered.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's still not great in my opinion. I think it gets really cheesy. It's really silly at times. There's the big like middle set piece on the Canadian border. The bridge ambush is just really dumb. And some of the performances and dialogue are just not tonally there. And I think the biggest problem for me is that actually the score. So Ennio Morricone scored this film. And the score is good like on its own, but it doesn't fit at all what the movie is going for at times. The main theme's great, but the more romantic sequences are just like incredibly melodramatic that I just want to die whenever it happens. It's also very Western. It feels very Western, which didn't really work for me since this is like Prohibition era Chicago gangsters, but whatever. It's not bad though. I like it.
But hey, Bonnie and Clyde feels honestly kind of like a Western to me. and
I would
enjoyed
agree
it
with
a
that.
lot,
Yeah.
so maybe I should watch this.
I think would probably like it. No.
Yeah, probably. Although I like pretty much every De Palma movie, so I don't know.
We of course watched Fast and Furious 6 2 weeks ago, which is
I didn't even mention. I honestly forgot to even mention both of them.
Yeah.
I didn't log them. I forgot to log them, dude.
Well, Thomas did mention Fast Furious.
Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Fast 6 was.
Yeah, we both watched. Dude, yeah, I haven't logged them. I forgot.
This is the best one so far, in my opinion. I really enjoyed Fast and Furious 6. It was really well paced. There was actually like a cohesive plot that kind of made sense. I felt the stakes. The action was ridiculous, of course. I mean, the whole tank bridge sequence, absolutely insane. Remember, guys, we had to rewind it. It was that good.
Oh, yeah.
It was incredible.
Well, I mean, do we rewind it because it was good, or do we rewind it because it was just
because it was a what the fuck stupid moment?
Both. It was both. We had to see it again. We were all in shock.
We honestly were all in shock. The laughter was through the roof, dude. Like that sequence was literally like someone had to have smoked some crack to come up with that. It was probably Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel was like,
incredible.
all right, I want to jump over the bridge. I want to land. I want to catch Letty midair.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. The CG in that scene was horrible, but hey, I had a good time, and that's about all you can ask for when watching these movies, I think. So Fast and Furious 6, my favorite one thus far. I watched Bad Trip, which recently released. The new Eric Andre prank.
Dude, I keep fucking forgetting to watch that shit, dude.
Yeah. It was okay. There are some really good bits, and then there are some really bad bits. It reminded me a lot of the Impractical Jokers movie that we saw in theaters a while back. Not only because of like how it's structured and like the premise and all, but also because like the plot line it has going for this just sucks. There's some really bad humor, but there's some pretty good bits. The ending was actually pretty bad. I really didn't like the ending, and what's her name? Tiffany Haddish, annoying. I mean, she didn't start off annoying, but she quickly got into typical Tiffany Haddish, and I just really brought down the mood for me. Luckily, there's not a lot of her, but there's enough to really just annoy. It was okay though. I didn't hate it. After that, I watched a documentary on Netflix called My Octopus Teacher about this guy who died.
Fell in love with an octopus.
He doesn't fall in love with it, but he forms a very close friendship with this octopus.
A very tight bond.
A very tight bond. A very
suction
bond.
No.
No,
a very rubbery bond.
Oh God. But it was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed it. The guy is actually a very interesting person and a very good speaker. But he's actually a filmmaker, and so I guess he kind of helped out with making a documentary as well. But
ironically, know someone I follow on Letterboxd wrote the review Oscar bait because it's surprisingly not the first time the Oscars nominated a movie about a human wanting to fuck a fish.
Wasn't that Karsten Runquist?
Yeah, it was Karsten.
Yeah, I saw it too.
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it was funny. But it was a really interesting documentary, and it was really well shot. The underwater photography was incredible, and I kind of felt for the octopus by the end. Not gonna lie, it was pretty good.
Colin fell in love with the octopus.
Yeah. Who wouldn't fall in love with this octopus by the end?
Don't be a homebreaker.
So after that, back into Palma class, Casualties of War, which is a very different movie for De Palma. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's based on a true story about Vietnam, U.S. soldiers in Vietnam who kidnap a woman as a sex slave, and one of them kind of rebels to try and get justice, and it's very intense, very, very intense. Sean Penn is absolutely terrifying in this role. And his character is really interesting as well. The main thing I didn't really like about this movie, I felt like Michael J. Fox, which is the main character, is kind of miscast. Just the tone of his acting style doesn't really fit with how intense and realistic this movie was going for, but he definitely wasn't bad. It's a movie I think I'd like to see again, especially because I heard the extended cut added a few more scenes that add to the experience.
Which Vietnam movie is the one with the fucking Russian roulette scene? I always forget.
Deer Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen that yet. I'd like to though. So after that, watched Assault on Wall Street due to our calendar malfunction. And then I went on possibly one of the worst marathons ever. That might not be true, but I decided to watch all the all the new Godzilla films, Legendary's Monsterverse in one day. So I watched Edwards' 2014 Godzilla.
Oh my god, you watched all four in one day?
Yeah, he watched them all. No, he watched them all in one day, and I just
Jesus Christ, I'm sorry.
I was burnt out, man.
I haven't seen Kong Skull Island, but I mean, like, I like the three Godzilla movies to an extent.
First one's great. Gareth Edwards' one is great. I mean, great atmosphere. It's really well paced. The human characters are there, but it doesn't rely on them too heavily to where it becomes bogged down in the storytelling. And there's just enough of Godzilla in it to make the finale worth it. I mean, the Halo jump sequence is just incredible.
It's fucking insane, dude. That shit.
It's so good.
I remember when I saw the trailer for Godzilla, I was like, "Holy shit, dude! That scene is insane." Just so.
I saw this in theaters back when it came out.
Me too.
Yeah. Wow. It's just gotten better, I think, every time I've watched it, which is
true.
Pretty cool. But yeah, great score too. Really enjoy the.
Dude, the score is awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a perfect culmination of like modern blockbuster. And it just works. It just every decision made works pretty well. Then I rewatch Kong Skull Island, which isn't bad.
No.
It's just dumb.
What the hell? This Splat made the score for the original Godzilla. Alexander Splat.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he does a lot of scores.
Sure, but I mean, I expected someone that made more blockbuster scores. I mean, you're right.
I feel like he has a weird sort of variety in his career. Am I wrong about that?
Well, like Harry Potter, right. Budapest, Little Women, Imitation Game.
Yeah, those are.
But his Godzilla score creates that entire atmosphere. It's so fucking like.
He's a really good composer. I thought
he has
Little
like
Women's
Tree of
score was
Life, Argo, Zero Dark 30.
What I think he does really well with the Godzilla score is he makes Godzilla feel ancient. Because he has these ancient, like, sounding, like, vocals and, like...
Yeah, there's like a...
Like, yeah.
It reminds me of the Monolith theme from 2001.
Yeah.
Talking about?
Yeah.
The whole choir, like, freaking out. Yeah, but anyway. Kong Skull Island, not good. It's okay. It's just dumb. And
has the funniest movie death, though.
Which one?
The grenade.
Oh yeah, Casey's cousin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. That is pretty funny.
I remember when I saw that in the theaters, I couldn't stop laughing, dude. It's hilarious. That scene's great.
The performances are solid, and the film looks really nice, but it does get a little bit over reliant in the CGI department, and the plot and characters just are pretty forgettable overall.
I like John C. Reilly's character.
I don't. I found him kind of annoying. That was one thing. This was the first movie in this franchise. I mean, it's only the second one, but to introduce it goes for the dramatic stuff, and then right up against it is the stupid, corny, cringe jokes and stuff. And
I just like his actual character, not like his acting. Like I like that he's been trapped in this island since World War II, and he had a Japanese buddy. I think it's just kind of
sure.
cool.
I can get around with that, but like what he does with the character didn't work.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever. It's forgettable, but definitely not the worst because we're getting to it.
Yeah, here it comes.
Godzilla King of the Monsters. Rewatch that one, which is just it's so boring. It's just like the plot is terrible. The human characters are annoying. You know, at least the human characters in the first Godzilla weren't annoying and were likable. But like everyone here sucks. Like Vera Farmiga's turn is just dumb and predictable. The fights in this movie. I mean, they look nice. I like the blue, all the blue and nighttime stuff.
Godzilla going atomic is cool, but again, that's literally the last part of the movie. That is
It's
it.
just like it's 2 hours of
Nothing.
boring nothingness. Yeah.
And then the last part is the only interesting part.
Yeah, like the fight sequences aren't bad, but like the rest of the movie just bogs him down because it's so bad. But honestly, like Godzilla versus Kong, I may have just been completely zonked out after watching all the movies, but Godzilla versus Kong was pretty bad.
It's really bad.
It's tough because Godzilla versus Kong is shorter than King of the Monsters. So I was happy that it went by a bit quicker. Also, the fight sequences in Godzilla vs. Kong I enjoyed a lot better than the ones in King of the Monsters. I thought they were much more vibrant and colorful. The energy was there. Honestly, like the one in the aircraft carrier, that was pretty sick. Yeah. And even I didn't even mind the Hollow Earth stuff. I thought that stuff was dumb, but it was like kind of entertaining. But just as bad as the plot is for King of the Monsters, Godzilla versus Kong just ups the bad plot even more.
But it's literally just they copied King of the Monsters, like the entire central basis of the movie, the way it works and everything, copied it, added Kong and Godzilla, and just rinse and repeat. It's like the same exact movie almost.
And it feels so much more derivative and cliche than King of the Monsters 2, because I mean you have like Alexander Skarsgård is literally in this movie for no reason. Rebecca Hall is probably the best performance, but she's completely phoning it in. You got little deaf native girl who is just there for stupid emotional manipulation, which doesn't work at all. I hated her character. Then you got Millie Bobby Brown just doing a complete 180 in terms of like character from her last.
She's not whining and screaming all over the place.
She's like comic relief adventure superhero girl, which I was like, what the heck is happening? You got like Black Conspiracy Man, and you got Deadpool 2 kid who is just there to crack jokes and be dumb. It's so bad. It's so bad, and none of it makes sense. Absolutely none of it makes sense.
And then I just love how like people thought Kong actually had a chance. It's like, dude, come on, man. I mean,
well, the way the movie plays out, the ending was really weird to me. I was just like, what?
Godzilla, like he fucking whooped his ass, and he's like, hey, look, you're gonna bow to me, but then he's like, you know what? You don't have to bow to me. I'm gonna let you go out of good faith.
Yeah, the whole ending just felt like they had no idea where they wanted to end it, and like the last day of shooting, they were like, "That'll do, that'll do." Whatever.
Yeah,
let's just push this thing out.
They just scream at each other.
Yeah, because the whole like villain reveal too, and like the big twist there was completely telegraphed, and was just this. I thought like the plot for King of the Monsters was lazy, but this one just.
Yeah, the fact that
yeah.
Godira was kind of the like final big bad again was stupid.
Mechagodzilla got fucking wiped and rolled. It was so sad because I'm like, man, they really just built up this Mechagodzilla and all this just to get fucking rolled in 2 seconds. Like, dude, he gets destroyed so quick.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah, it's just like, see, I mean, I wasn't bored by this movie, and I like the fight scenes better, but it's just so much worse in terms of like tone and the ridiculousness of it all. So
and just exposition, just Hollow Earth, Kong and little girl, and you gotta talk to him. And
see, but like the exposition isn't even like trying to explain it. It's just saying.
No, it's just there. Yeah.
Wait, what does that even mean?
Also, it has one of my favorite, like, I think unintentionally hilarious shots. I don't know if you remember this. It was when the girl was talking to Kong, and they're like, did the monkey just talk? And then the guy, he just goes, yeah. And then it cut, and then it just transitioned to another scene. I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, we just went from that really awful joke and this really just deadpan, yeah. And then just cut.
And to go off of that, I mean, like, the tone wasn't just like the stupid melodramatic stuff, but it was also like the dumb jokes that have been in all these movies except for the first one. And like how the movie starts off with like the stupid little upbeat music and Kong waking up, taking a yawn, scratching his butt. I was like, what the heck am I watching? What am I watching here? But yeah, anyway, not good. It goes from Godzilla, great, Kong Skull Island, Then Godzilla King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong, just bad. They're bad. And then going back to De Palma, Carlito's Way, which was fine. It was, I don't even really remember much. It was pretty forgettable. Like, it wasn't bad. The finale was great, but everything that led up to it, pretty boring. And then Furious 7, which we've already touched on. Okay, so here we go. We're going to move on to the pick of the week. I chose Assault on Wall Street, which was directed by Uwe Boll. I don't know about you guys, but this was my first Uwe Boll.
That was mine. Yeah.
And I have to say, I was expecting more. I was expecting some real Uwe Bollisms, chaotic energy here.
He was like trying to be like half serious in this movie.
It was kind of boring.
Yeah, it was kind of boring.
It was kind of boring, though. I have to admit, like, I didn't think it wasn't as bad as I was expecting.
No,
like, not at all. It was actually fairly competent in its direction and execution. I honestly didn't mind, like, as I guess familiar as the story was, I didn't mind how I didn't mind the writing, the plot itself and the characters. I mean, nothing is like particularly great, but when I went into this, I was expecting, okay.
You're expecting a lot worse.
I was expecting a lot worse. And so in that regard, I was disappointed, because when it finally does get to the finale, I was just like, oh, that's it. And there was fun moments.
Yeah.
But it never hit me with what I was expecting.
It was kind of a disappointing finale, to be quite honest with you. That's the best way to put it. It was just a disappointing finale, because you get this entire this literally hour and 20-minute setup for what's about to happen, and then it takes place.
And you're expecting it to be huge and bombastic and insane.
I mean, it's called Assault on Wall Street, so you're expecting some insane like fucking guy running in, just fucking shooting everybody and just going on a revenge spree. But that really doesn't really happen. It's just like 5 minutes. The whole sequence of shooting, it takes place in like 5 minutes pretty much. And I think it was really dumb. The way again, I'm gonna go into spoilers, because I mean, who fucking cares about this movie?
Sure.
I thought the way that this resolved was so fucking stupid. I cannot believe how, and that ending shot was hysterical. I forgot what he said at the end. He just like walks out, and it's like, dude, are you serious? He got away with this? Like he got the guy to like point the gun at him, and they thought he was the shooter, and he just gets out. I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Yeah, I mean, the whole premise and what happens is filled with plot holes anyway. I thought that too, but I thought it was actually.
Dude, I'm like,
I know, but I thought what he did to make Kevin McAllister's dad be the one to get arrested was pretty funny.
Yeah, but still, I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, they're just gonna like, and that one cop at the end too was like looking at him like he. Well,
those are his friends. Those are his friends.
But it was just like, dude, this is just like.
Yeah, I thought it was just terrible. I thought it was unbelievably bad. Like,
really?
Yeah, it also just like, I'm trying to think, because I might be maybe contradicting previous points, but like it romanticizes like plain murder in a way. Like, it's really romanticizing like,
it's
hey,
like it's
go
like,
out and shoot your nearest Wall Street broker.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this guy's life was destroyed. He had every right to go out.
Yeah, he had every right to murder like
all
10
these
people.
innocent people that did nothing.
Okay, but also, like, I feel like was just something to expect from an Uwe Boll movie, too.
Sure, but it's not something, like, that should have never been... It's romanticizing murder, and it's not even, like, the way where Taxi Driver, like, Travis Bickle's, like, a terrible person, right? You know that man's a bad person. This is straight up, like, this man's a good person, he fought for your country.
He lost his buddy.
He had a wife that loved him. And then he goes and kills 10 people and gets away with it. This is like legitimately, I think, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And it's boring. It's dog shit. It's awful.
I agree. I cannot bring myself to like form it. It's just bad for me. It's not like I'm not pissed about it in the way that Thomas is. I'm not like, oh wow, much better than it was. I don't know.
And
there's really nothing to grasp on.
It was
indifferent.
It was like, honestly, kind of competently made. The acting was mediocre at best, too bad.
Right.
But just the actual, like, it's
Yeah,
romanticizing murder.
I don't know if I've ever seen Thomas so passionately upset about something before.
No,
Like-
you forgot fucking, God, I forget the name of the movie now.
Monkeys.
Oh,
No.
Brahms of the Boy too.
Oh, well, Brahms the Boy 2 is good. No, fucking, the Book of Henry
House?
dude.
Oh,
No, the
Book of Henry.
Oh yeah, the Book of Henry dude.
No,
Yeah.
but the
Safety
other
not
movie-
guaranteed. No, I
yeah,
know.
Safety not guaranteed.
Safety not guaranteed.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed at Safety. No, this movie's
Actually,
awful.
you were, yeah.
It is easily like top 5 one of the worst
Like,
movies I've ever seen.
I think
Wow.
the
Definitely not true for me. Well,
No.
No, it's definitely not that bad in my eyes. But like, I mean, like, I just think it was pretty. Definitely low budget. Definitely a lot less than what I expected it to be. I thought the central plot, I guess, was like fine. I mean, I guess it's kind of like, I
good
guess you could kind of feel, yeah. I mean, like, if you really want to look at it, I mean, yeah, that's true. But also, I mean, I guess it's fine that, bruh. I guess it's interesting that, you know, oh, this guy lost his money in 2008. Oh, and his wife committed suicide. Oh, and he's a good guy, and then he goes and kills people. I mean, I guess that's a competent plot, I guess. But yeah, this movie just fucking sucked. And you know, it's not as bad as I'm saying it is, but it's still pretty terrible.
yeah, agreed.
Yeah, no, I'd agree because like it was, I would say it was competently put together. Like there's at least some semblance of
sure.
style and energy going on here, even if like the slow-mo and stuff is overused.
Yeah, I mean,
in terms of like editing and directing, I wouldn't say there was anything where it's like, well, come on, why would
Yeah.
you do this?
yeah. Okay,
I mean, it's
yeah,
obviously
definitely.
kind of cheap. Like you can tell it's kind of cheap. It wasn't made for
For sure.
a big budget. But like honestly, the performances didn't bother me that much. Dominic Purcell has little range as he has here. Like it wasn't a bad protagonist, I think. And I honestly kind of feel bad for his character at times too. I like the cops. I like the cops too. And
Yeah.
Edward Furlong was, man, he's definitely changed from American History X. Took me a minute to realize that was him.
So
Were you gonna say
yeah,
something?
Assault on Wall Street. Really, it literally felt like a YouTube movie or a straight to DVD movie,
That's that's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Straight
Like-
to DVD or straight to
and straight to the back of my memory.
I will.
Also,
yeah, I'll probably completely forget about this movie too.
the score was weird. I remember there were several moments where I was just like, this sounds
Oh, yeah.
like it sounded like some sort of just free music he downloaded off of a site. Threw it
Yeah.
in. You know
I would
what
not
I
be
mean?
surprised.
But yeah, I mean, like I didn't think anything was outright like detestable bad.
No, I didn't either.
Like
but
everything else was like every element in the movie, every film like element kind of had an issue to go along with it. The ending being kind of laughable, but I was just disappointed. I mean, I completely understand where you're coming from, Thomas, about like the message being bad, but I was disappointed that we didn't get more just insane murder spree killing and stuff. That's what I was expecting, honestly. So I just wanted all of that. And I was a little
I would you should watch if you weirdly the ending sequence reminded me of like the opening sequence of Jack Reacher. It's like set up in a weirdly similar way.
Yeah.
So
Is that the one you really hate?
Jack Reacher? I hate the sequel to Jack Reacher, which is
Okay,
not the one that I'm talking about.
gotcha.
The first one is pretty good.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking about watching Postal soon.
Yeah, okay. I
He
was
did the
trying to think
Postal
of that.
movie,
Mhm.
and it's on Amazon Prime, I believe. And I was like, well, maybe that will give me some classic Uwe Boll.
Knowing those games, that's definitely just gonna be classic.
Wait, is that based off the game?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
based off of the games.
Oh, Jesus
It's
Christ!
directed by Uwe Boll.
And it has the main character is the bully from A Christmas Story.
Really?
Yeah.
I know J.K. Simmons is in it too, right?
Oh, I don't know. Is he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. Cool. You guys
But
want to
yeah,
do a
I
rating?
guess not a lot to say here. None of us really liked it. But like I said, I didn't think it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10.
1 out of 10. Dog shit. Throw in the trash.
Wow.
Testable movie.
2.
Surprisingly, yeah, 2 out of 10. Or 4 out of 10, I mean, sorry, 2 out of 4.
4 out of 10. So
Because there's nothing I can really criticize about it.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like I don't like it at all.
Right. Okay. Well, that is a 10, or I'm sorry, that's a
10 out of 10.
That's a 10 out of 10, guys. It's a 10 out of 10.
Perfect
Perfect
movie.
movie, yeah. It's a 2.5 out of 10, which may be the worst movie.
Yeah, because it's one of the fucking worst movies. Oh my god.
It's you gotta watch more bad movies, Thomas, because this really
This
wasn't.
isn't.
Yeah,
This
but
is
bad
not
movies can
even-
be innocent. This romanticizes murder.
Have a little fun,
It
dude.
crosses a line that shouldn't be crossed.
I mean, like, yeah, I guess I got kind of bad vibes, but like, I don't know, man. It's not like I went in expecting it to be a good movie, so who cares if it has bad politics?
Sure. Yeah.
You know, I suppose this isn't even one of the 5 worst movies that I've watched for this. So
I mean, I seriously doubt anyone saw Assault on Wall Street and they were like, "Oh my gosh, he's so right. I gotta go to Wall Street and bomb the
No,
Capitol.
but it's like
I'm gonna blow up the city."
I don't know. It just
rubbed you the wrong way. That's
yeah, it
fair.
rubbed me the wrong way. I hated it.
So yeah, Assault on Wall Street, Uwe Boll, not good, but hey, 2.5 out of 10. That brings us to the next pick, Noah. It is your pick. What are the options here?
well, I don't know. Do you want to go with the options, or do you want to go with my number 1 pick? It's up to you guys.
It's up to you. I mean, it's your pick.
Number one pick.
Okay, fine. I'll go with my number 1 pick, which is Shane Black, 2005, Robert Downey Jr., Val Kilmer, Kiss Kiss, Bang Bang,
Nice.
which is currently on Tubi for free. So
okay,
still be a
cool.
week. If not, you can rent it though. Actually, I think it's been on Tubi for a while.
Let's hope it's better than the Predator.
Yeah, let's hope so.
That's actually been
It
one
is actually a
wanted to
rewatch
see
for me.
for a while.
So,
Yeah, I've never
Once
seen
for me,
this,
then I
and I'm excited to watch it. Shane Black. I'm literally just going in hoping it's better than the Predator.
Yeah, that's probably
This is a friend of
it
mine's
is.
favorite movie, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah, it's one of mine too. I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty.
Nice. Alrighty, well, with that, we watched Assault on Wall Street this week. Next week, we're going to be talking about what I can only assume to be a much better film, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So, yeah, until next time, Post Pro Podcast.